Hello students, welcome back for your online classes. As we have discussed in your last classes about your last chapter, that is all about sequence of tenses, and we have completed that chapter also. I have explained you the examples also. So now without wasting your time, this time we are going to start your new chapter, and this chapter is all about direct speech and indirect speech. And I have seen your in your book there are many examples and they have given a lot of explanation in your book, but again I have taken some help from other videos or clips I have collected, and some good clips for you from my sources, and let's see, this will help you to understand the concept of direct speech or indirect speech, and rest of your doubts we will discuss in your class. So you have to understand that it will we can call it direct speech versus indirect speech, and most of the time you might have heard about direct or indirect narration also. So if you will say direct speech, indirect speech, or direct and indirect narration also, both are same. So first you have to understand that what do you mean by narration, what is actually narration. So if in English grammatical words, if I will explain what is a narration, that is actually an act of reporting the words of speaker. How that a speaker, for example, I am right now speaking, how I am representing that words to you. This is actually called narration. Whatever you speak, that is actually narration. But narration is divided into two parts. One is your direct speech, another is your indirect speech. It is clear to you with the name also. Direct, it means if you are talking to me directly, whatever you convey to me, I ask you something, you have given me the answer, that is the right answer for direct speech. And what do you mean by indirect speech? For example, I asked you something, you have given me the answer, but I have to tell that answer to someone else, to the third party, in my words. In my words, that what you have said or what answer you have given, then it becomes the indirect speech. So I believe like if we will take one or two examples, then it will be more clear to you. So you can see here the actual words of speaker are quoted as it is. That is actually direct speech. It means you are not going to change anywhere. You don't have to change anything. For example, you can see there are two person in this picture. One is Yogesh, another is John. You can see also Yogesh is studying over there, and there is a person whose name is John. He just asked that what are you doing, and John answered simply that I am studying. How we will write in the direct speech? That in direct speech the answer is Yogesh said I am studying. Yogesh said, comma, inverted comma start, I am studying, inverted commas close. This is the actual format of the direct speech. Let's see one more example. Two kids are there. One is Lucy, another one name is not given, but in our previous set of pictures we have seen John. Right? So John asks that which colored skirt are you wearing? So Lucy answered that I am wearing white skirt. So if we have to write the answer in direct speech, Lucy said, comma, inverted comma start, I am wearing white skirt. Hope it is clear to you that it is the direct answers. It means if two persons are there, conversation is going on, and one person asked, another person answered. You have already studied this in your literature books also. When one person asked something or said something, after that like comma or inverted comma start, it means this is a kind of dialogues going on, right? So this is basically a direct speech portion. Now before I tell you about indirect speech or what could be the answer of the same examples for indirect speech, first we have to understand what is indirect speech. Actual words of the speaker are transformed. In our direct speech, the words are not going to change. Whatever the speaker said, it has to be same as it is. But in indirect speech, actual words of the speaker are transformed, changed, you can say. said or written in a simple language. And why we need it? Actually, we need it to avoid confusion while using direct speech while reporting. I'll just explain with the same example. In our last picture, direct speech was Yogesh said, comma, inverted commas, I am studying, full stop is missing there, and inverted commas close. So, reporting verb is said, and reported speech was I am studying. Now, if you have to rewrite the same sentence in indirect speech, Yogesh said, till here it is fine, but now we have to remove that comma, and most of the time you will use that. So, Yogesh said, we have used one conjunction that. Now, what Yogesh said? He said about, he said about himself that what he was doing actually. So, what is the pronoun we can use at the place of I? Absolutely right, student, that is he. So, Yogesh said that he. When we have studied about your direct speech, that is in the present tense, Yogesh said about himself. So, whenever the conversation is going on, it means that is the present time. But right now, in indirect speech, this is the conversation already happened. So, it means this is the past event. So, instead of using I am, at the place of I, we have used the pronoun he, and when we have used he and it's a past tense, then we are supposed to use he was. So, then our sentence becomes Yogesh said that he was studying. Hope you have understood. Now, let's see another example. Before you see your another example, you just have to check carefully that what is the difference in direct and indirect. We are going to remove the commas. There is no inverted commas over there. As well as you always use conjunction whenever you remove that comma. And you have to change the tense. If your sentence is in the present tense, then obviously you will change your sentence in the past tense. So, let's change your second sentence. Your second sentence, Lucy said, I am wearing white skirt. Lucy said that. Now she is talking about herself. So, the pronoun for I is she. Lucy said that she was wearing white skirt. So, hope students, you have cleared with direct and indirect speech. This is just a small introduction about direct and indirect speech. We have to check more examples which is given in your book. So, I just request everyone, just open your books so that on your Google Meet we can discuss your doubts, and if you have other queries also, you can ask me over there. Thank you so much, students.